All right, Pledge of Allegiance, John. Please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, do we have any exonerations, orders to combine or divide? Refunds? No. All right, moving on, vouchers and invoices. They have any questions?
Yeah, there was just one question on the elevator expense, but it was explained.
Okay, and that was because it was maintenance agreement, right? For
Yeah, it's
annual
a yearly
agreement.
maintenance fee.
But I'll also tell you, we're going to look at all of our contracts in this upcoming year.
Yeah, we discussed that the last couple of years.
Good. Good.
A motion to approve.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
No meeting minutes today. I wasn't doing them on my birthday. State settlements. I know I already went to the governor thing on my birthday and did. Is that Crystal's dad?
More abstain.
Okay, so we have James, Mary, and Angel, John, George, Benger, Albert, Edward, Garrett, and Benjamin Lee Smith. Commissioner Luis has to abstain due to a relationship with one of the deceased.
Make a motion to approve.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, so the first thing, this is the Empg 2019 grant award. This is just accepting their reimbursement for the Office of Emergency Management. Who's that to sign? It's $54,000.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the next thing is continued from a prior meeting. This is the request for signatures for the hazard mitigation acquisition project. There were issues with it before, and Anthony has more info. I think it had something to do with deeds.
There were exhibits to these deeds that place restrictions on the property. And I reached out, my concern was that they should have been reported at the agencies with deed. I reached out to Jamie Blankenship. According to his email, Tiffany Cottle is supposed to circulate the exhibits to get the appropriate signatures. She is then supposed to get the completed exhibits to him, and he's going to re-record the deeds with those exhibits attached. So I think today we can vote on signing when they're presented for your consideration. And Tiffany's on there.
She is. Okay.
Tiffany, can you hear us?
Yes.
Did Mr. Blankenship or somebody from his office talk with you about the exhibits on this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're gonna take care of getting everybody's signatures and then getting the exhibits back to Mr. Blankenship?
Yes, sir. That's what I've been doing.
Okay, perfect.
So there's nothing for the commission to sign today.
No, but they can vote to sign. I mean, you guys, I think you should vote to approve the sign once they're presented to you.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
The next thing is a budget revision that's postponed because it's not done. No, that part's not.
Oh.
It's just a spreadsheet really, but
Where do we
that
postpone?
spreadsheet, the budget itself is on the agenda.
Oh, the revision. Okay.
Yeah, the revision is postponed. And then the next is a discussion and decision for the New Roots Community Farm personal property transfer. Michael Taylor should fund as well.
Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Okay.
Hi, Commission. I'm here if you have any questions about the property transfer.
I don't have any. Tom, you have any?
No, I have a motion to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the next thing is Diane and Wayne are here for the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board for the Lowe's Hometown Grant.
Yes, so the Fayette County Park and Recreation Advisory Board would like to nominate the Fayette County Park for a Lowe's Hometown Grant. Someone outside of the benefiting organization like myself would have to do the nomination form. It's due by March 28th at midnight, which is Monday. And the project to be nominated has to be completed on or before November 15th of this year. I can nominate 2 projects at the park, but it has to either be a nonprofit organization or a government entity. So should we be awarded a project, county commission would collect the funds. There is no like grant limit or amount. All they want to know is a budget of the project. The project just has to benefit the whole community and be an improvement or enhancement. And a park space was one of the first options on Lowe's Hometown. I believe they're doing 100 projects at $20 million. Roughly. Yeah, I know they're doing 100 projects, but the dollar amount I would have to look at. So Wayne and I are here to present 2 possible projects, but also to get county commission if you guys had any potential projects to nominate.
Go ahead.
Okay. Wayne, do you want to mention the projects we have?
One of the projects was basically updating all of our bathhouses, bathrooms, changing out the commodes from whenever they was put in years ago, that takes 2.5 gallons of water to flush them, to the newer commodes, it takes less than a liter. I believe is what that was, say 1.3 liters or something. Big price help would be you're not using as much water because our water bill is enormous anyway for the swimming pool, and just updating the bathroom. It's a lot of the stuff that's in there has come from the old school systems that was taken out and given to the park, and that was like the one that I could see the park staff being able to take care of really easy, changing out commodes. So approximately 35 to 40 commodes on the park. So some new hand washing scenes.
I think it's a great idea. Is there enough water pressure out there for them low volume toilets and stuff?
Yes.
I know because they have to have, I think they have to have a certain amount of pressure or they don't work correctly.
The pressure, the amount of pressure there is, but there is good pressure. Even out of part of the shelter out shelter 7, it still has good water pressure coming out of the fire. So,
Yeah, I was just curious.
And then you had another potential idea.
another one that looking at is, and this would have to be done by a contractor, so the price is going to be up a little higher than, but out at the pond area where the old horse ring would be, to build like a wedding pavilion structure. A wedding barn, say a lot of places is barn style. Our rec hall is rented. If it's not a family reunion, it's taking up a wedding all throughout the year. And we could possibly even rent it even earlier and later in the year if we would have something like that. And this is gonna be up around $100,000. To take care of, just a concrete alone, you're looking at roughly, I mean, it's right at $200 a yard right now, so you're looking at a 40 by 70 pad just for flooring. You're looking at, time expansion, around $20,000 to $30,000 just to get a pad.
How much was the other project? Are they both about the same amounts?
No, the other one's gonna be quite less.
Because we would keep the structures that we have for the bathroom facilities. We pretty much just cut out the inside and update fixtures to save on the water bill.
The reason I ask is if there is the Lowe's giving out $20 million and there's 100 projects they're saying they're going to do 100 projects, right?
Yes.
So 20 million, that's about $200,000 a project.
Give or take.
Yeah, give or take, yeah. So I was just curious if you put both of them together or separate. If you're going to do them separate or put them together?
I think we were hoping to do them separate so that if like one wasn't chosen, maybe another could be,
Okay.
or we could do one or the other. I have the choice as a nominator to nominate 2 projects. So I could do both, I could do one, I could do none, or someone else who's not benefiting, like Wayne couldn't nominate, the commissioners couldn't nominate. But someone maybe on the park board could do another 2
Okay.
projects, like it goes on and on with
Okay,
that.
I was just curious.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we would do those 2 projects since they're significantly different, separate. So if you wanted to do both, or if there was another project the commission had in mind, I don't think I need a budget per se, I just need to know a dollar amount. Which Wayne and I can figure out on our end, as long as, if this is something the commission wants to pursue and would collect funding if awarded, I just need to know really 1 or 2 projects today, because it's due Monday.
And there's no match, right?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with either one of them.
I mean, it's free money. If you do free.
I really feel that the bathroom thing should take priority. Because you're right, it's been a while since those things were touched. And to go with the lower water usage stools, that would be a lot better.
It'd save us in the long run.
Yeah. The other project though intrigues me. There is an awful lot of that being used. So.
Yeah, I mean, around the area, I mean, the local one right here is $2,500 on Saturday. For weddings. The one on Valley River, it's about $6,000 a day for wedding. So, yeah, I mean, there's money there to be able to receive. We get calls every day, it seems like about a wedding, but no, hardly anyone gets married here. If they do, it comes from us. You know, go on a wedding venue.
Does anyone ever ask for an outdoor wedding?
We rent the pond area. We close the disc golf course down, about those holes, it's around the pond area. We rent the pond area out. If they actually get married up in.
So you just need a motion for us to approve you pursuing this and the county commission ever seeing it. Well, I motion to approve.
Second,
Either or both.
So both,
Either or both.
yeah,
whichever one.
either or
okay.
both.
All those in favor? Aye.
I'll certainly let you know. Well, I'm sure you guys will know first, but Ruth, is it okay if I put your contact information for the government entity? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, the last thing is that letter regarding the earmarks for dilapidated houses and sewer projects. Angela gave some information, but
We don't have a draft yet.
we have like a draft, but I think Amy wanted to go over it with you prior to, and y'all haven't had the opportunity.
And it
I didn't know if
doesn't-
y'all wanted to approve sending something and you and Amy work it out.
And this is only for dilapidated,
This
because
covers dilapidated.
This is for the earmarked funding, right? And the
Yeah.
deadlines are before our next meeting. Okay. Yeah, I want to like put out, I want to do another, again, this executive level, like a chart where they can just look at what the routes are.
We have so we have the spreadsheet of the 30 properties.
And I want to send them some pictures of what they look like.
Okay.
Because Angela knows that already. She was gonna take some pictures, but like of some of, like at 612, that house that's coming down, and some of the ones
Yeah.
like at really key areas. But did you guys see where I sent you an email that apparently Kennard got 3.1 million for that
Yeah, that's
improvement?
the road to the river.
Mhm.
Have you been down there where it's like?
Yeah,
I
long,
mean,
it's been about a year.
It's bad.
Yeah, so it's got a 3.1 million. So I don't know about if we need to list it, but the rest of them, you know, I want to put some pictures, and I just want like this and just show some pictures.
So I was
some
thinking
examples.
if y'all vote on it and you and Amy and Angela can get together and make it pretty. And
So content wise, we've identified
She has 30 properties.
New River access from Turnpike and Historic Route 60, Kennard, Thurman. We're gonna take Kennard out because it just got funded. Route 60 and 612, the areas have the most vacant and dilapidated properties in the county, apparently. Let's see, they've identified inventory work to demolish the vacated structures. Of the 139 which were demolished, 14 were funded by the county, 125 voluntarily taken down by homeowners. It's estimated another 200 exist unreported and uninventoried within the borders. 120 remaining on the inventory activated by the committee. 30 are in these areas. So even if we had the funding for the tourist areas to get it down, we would be able to clean up those routes. And the estimated cost, including asbestos abatement for those 30, is $257,000. So I think we can just put this out and, you know, to them and ask them for earmark funding for this. And I'm going to go ahead and further do the math and say we have some other properties and that's how much they would cost. Like phase one would be those areas, phase two would be these others, but content would be the same, but I want to format it where we're putting the roads out, put some pictures in it.
Yep.
And that kind of thing. So you guys cool with what it
Details.
says?
Yeah.
And I'll certainly send you, float you the final, just so you see it and give me input before we, you know, send it out.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right, so I move that we go ahead and approve the letter content as we discussed with some minor formatting edits. Formatting edits I discussed to include pictures and things to send to Senators Capito and Manchin for earmark funding.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Further, we want to send this, resend our, since it's on here, for earmarks, we want to resend our letter and maybe tweak it a little bit, the one we've already approved, just to identify it for earmark funding and make it specific to that. But that's what we're applying for instead of grant funding. I don't remember how it's worded. I need to look at it. We may need to send it again, is all I'm saying. So everybody cool with that?
Yep.
All right. And they can stamp for us. All right, is there anything else?
the last thing is the budget. Y'all have the summary with the details. Y'all requested. You have yours. You do one. It's right there next.
It's right here.
Yeah.
That's just the option.
Option C is this option I want. It's the option that included some additional, rather than okay, so the three options the county administrator presented to us to approve from were the budget as presented by all the presenters, with the exception, I think, the animal shelter, which came in kind of late, right? 5% cost, and then the second option was one with the 5% cost of living allowance across the board. And then the third was the 5% cost of living with some additional considerations that we thought were within the budgets as presented that we wanted to grant. And some of those involved entry level law enforcement salary, a raise there, so a couple of raises in the prosecuting attorney's office, and a new position within community corrections. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Okay, so
It's really a full-time from a part-time, so.
Okay, yeah. So, so my preference is option C, because I feel like we need to give the 5% raise. I feel like we also need to have our entry level deputies more competitive with the local municipalities. And I feel like the prosecuting attorney has saved us a lot of money, and his staff, he does have a couple of staff members in particular who have really earned, rather than just a routine raise, a substantial raise, and I think you should be able to give it to them.
I motion to approve budget C, option C.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
You'll have a lot to sign, so.
Okay.
What?
All right, can we take a quick break then? Can we just, we don't have signed it in the meeting, right?
Did you note, no, did you note though the elected official raises? When I talked to the auditor's office yesterday, they have to approve that. So it's
Okay.
their approval. It's in the budget, but they
Yeah,
have to say yea or nay.
that's okay.
Well, it's built off of the jail bill. If you're current with your jail bill, there'll be no problems. If you're,
Well, and your revenue too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Do we all sign those?
you do.
Okay,
See all the
so,
pretty tabs?
yeah, I remember those.
Thank you on behalf of my staff.
Hey, Anthony, thank you.
For real.
Can I move to
Yeah.
adjourn? Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay, move to adjourn.
Second.
Off the- I
Hey,
need to
we
take a
barely
quick
missed
break.
it. 8 minutes.
Calls. So that included that